Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Good Morning with me, Misti B. Today, I am dedicating this episode to all of the business owners that I know. And for the potential business owners, do you have this amazing idea that you are just ready to go and put on the market, but you have a few questions? If so, this is an episode you do not want to miss, because today's guest is going to tell you how to test the market, how to do some research to see, hey, if I should or if I should not be doing this, and if I should, what changes do I need to make? All because you're listening to your potential customer base. Stay tuned. Right after this, I am going to be in the studio with Maricel Dominguez-Watson with ConneXion Research. See you in just a second.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Frater Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Live Jazz on the Seawall returns Sunday, November 21st. Live Jazz on the Seawall in beautiful Galveston, Texas. Join smooth jazz superstars Paul Taylor and Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st at 3:30 p.m. at the Galveston Island Convention Center at the San Luis Resort. Limited brunch reservations available before the show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Paul Taylor, Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st, San Luis Resort in Galveston. See you there.
Welcome back, everyone. So today's episode, we are dedicating to all business owners. I don't care how small, how large you may be, this is something you definitely need to take note of. I have in the studio with me Miss Maricel Dominguez-Watson. She is the co-founder of ConneXion Research. Hello, Maricel.
Hello, thank you for having me here today.
Thank you. So let's talk really quickly, because you know, I know your background, but I want everyone to know your background. What is your background, Maricel?
Well, my background is in marketing. I got a degree in marketing from the University of Texas in Austin. And then I've had so many different jobs between graduating from college and starting my own business. But it was really centered around sales, around account management, business development, marketing, and finally advertising and research.
Which must be your favorite.
Exactly.
Because you started a business.
Exactly. So I pretty much landed at the right place.
I love that. Now, define for everyone. People know for the most part what marketing is. Define very clearly, what is marketing research?
So market research is basically conducting studies to understand consumers' opinions and further understand what they want, what they need, and therefore you gather that information in order to make better business decisions.
I love that. You broke that down very clearly. I love that because I think a lot of times as small business owners, we create something that we like. You're not your customer. You have to create something that other people like. So, you know, we hear about these market research firms and hey, these big companies are doing studies. And I think sometimes, Maricel, that smaller companies don't think that they need to do it. In your opinion, should they be doing it?
Definitely. I mean, that without a doubt, they should be doing consumer research or market research. Those words are used interchangeably, but it's still about understanding your market. It's still about understanding your consumer. Small businesses should not be left behind simply because they think they're too small. Most small businesses want to be bigger. They want to go to the next step, and understanding what consumers want and need is really important tool to get you to that next step.
I love that. So let's break this down really simple. You know that I'm the food truck lady and you know that I love food.
Okay.
So let's say that I have a burger stand, okay? I have a burger stand and you know what? No, before I even open the burger stand, Maricel, I'm thinking about, hey, I want to open a burger stand, but I don't know where people will actually buy this $6 burger. What is it, would you say? How do I conduct research? I don't necessarily have a lot of funds. So what is it that I do?
So basically, a lot of the times we don't realize that we have tools on hand. You know, we think that we have to hire a research firm like ours. You know, sometimes you can get to that level that you need somebody to do everything for you. But there's so much free information online. There's a lot of different tools that you can use. You know, the first thing you want to do is use the people that you know. So start with your Facebook friends and family. Start gathering their feedback. Get the information about the different areas where they live and where they see opportunities. You can do something like a Facebook poll, right? And then you can do like quick little questions that you send out there, and you'll be surprised that your family and friends, you know, want to provide feedback and want to give you some information as well. There's always a quick tool like SurveyMonkey. There's inexpensive or free tools out there that you can use as well in order to conduct and design a quick little survey. It is very user friendly. It is designed for people who are not used to doing research, who've never done a survey before, and who have no idea where to start. Some tools out there will help you do that. So start with your family and friends on Facebook, on Instagram, and start posting and getting them to give you some feedback.
Okay, and if you already have a burger stand or whatever business, go out there and research your, have your current customers, right? Get their feedback.
Exactly.
What are some things you may want to know though? What are people looking for? Like why, if I don't know anything about research at all, what am I looking for? Why do I need to do this?
Well, like you said at the beginning, you know, we're doing, as small businesses, it's like we don't know everything, right? We cannot function in this vacuum and think that we know everything, that we have the answers to everything. And when you do research, you're trying to understand the how, the why, the when, the where, the what. So all of those things is that you're trying to answer. Even if you think you know the answers to those questions, wouldn't it help for you to confirm if you're on the right path or in the right direction? So you can have the answers to your questions. You could feel like I'm 100% sure of all of this stuff, but wouldn't it help to validate that you are heading in the right direction?
So what would be the difference, Maricel, between doing this research and just saying, oh, I'll just go look at my Google reviews? Like, what would be the difference? What would you say? Because that's pretty much research too, to a degree, right?
Yeah, when you do the Google reviews, A lot of the times when you're pushing people to do Google reviews, you're pushing them to give you like a 4 or 5 star. So you're really pushing for those high stars, and you're getting basically the positive feedback, but you're not necessarily getting the negative feedback or the truth. You don't know, so you need to get both sides of the story. And it's great to get the positive reviews, but it's also great to understand what is it that you're doing right and what is it that you're doing wrong.
I like that.
You need to get both sides of the story.
So let's speaking of those Google reviews, because we live in a society now, before you purchase anything, before you go to a restaurant, what do? We all get that phone out and we look at the reviews. What are people saying? So if you are a small business owner or a business owner in general, and you have some not so good reviews, what would you recommend doing with that information?
If you don't have good reviews, definitely one of the things that you always do is you want to reply to people that gave you those reviews and continue to have a conversation with them, because you'll be surprised how many people, after you have a conversation with them, they might change that review for you. And then also just get more details as to what was it about their experience that didn't go right, and also any feedback that they may have on how it can go right. Then you would take that information. Hey, my customer complained about these 3 things. I want to understand if there's other people out there who have the same grievance, right? And to see and validate how big of a problem is this. So that's where you take that information out to a bigger pool of people, whether it's your Facebook family and friends, where you hire somebody like us to do a survey with a much bigger audience. But sometimes you want to make sure is this a one-off thing or is this a bigger problem?
Right. Has this been consistent? And let's talk about that, because I'm always a big believer. A lot of the big businesses, Google, Target, Apple, these people do consumer research, right? Why? And if they're doing it, we should be doing it too, because you would think, oh, they make all the money in the world, so they don't need to do it. That's not true. They still need to understand their customer, correct?
Yes, they definitely need to understand their customers. So we get a lot of the mid to large companies coming to us to conduct consumer research because they understand how valuable it is. And there was a study done during the pandemic that those who were doing better, about 57% were conducting research versus 39% that were not conducting research.
Okay, hold that thought. We got to take a really quick break. That's really good. All right, guys, stay tuned, because I am here with Miss Maricel, and she knows all the hacks to make sure that your small business is on the up and up. We'll see you right after this break.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford, financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatалpromise.com.
Live Jazz on the Seawall returns Sunday, November 21st. Live Jazz on the Seawall in beautiful Galveston, Texas. Join smooth jazz superstars Paul Taylor and Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st at 3:30 p.m. at the Galveston Island Convention Center at the San Luis Resort. Limited brunch reservations available before the show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Paul Taylor, Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st, San Luis Resort in Galveston. See you there.
Welcome back, everyone. So listen, we're giving you all these small business hacks because I'm in here with, the queen of market research. All right, somebody said, let's talk about consumers, right? Okay. So in order for small businesses and even those large companies, right, to get those details, to get the research they need, they gotta find their consumer, right?
Correct.
Woo, okay, so you see well, you probably don't see it because of what you do, but you see a lot of scams going around, right? You see a lot of, hey, come over here and get $500 for taking a diabetes test or whatever it may be. What are some of the red flags? Like, how do you know which ones are the real ones and which ones are the scams?
Well, the biggest red flag is that nobody should be asking you for sensitive information in order for you to participate in a research study. What I mean by sensitive information is that they shouldn't be asking you for your social security number or even your driver's license number. They should not be asking you for that type of information or your bank account number, right? That's kind of one of the scams that happens a lot, that they're trying to get your bank account information. So that type of information is a huge red flag. Always check to see if they have a website, and then if they have reviews as well, that helps a lot to see that they are legit. They have this website, they have reviews. When we ask reviews for our website, we ask reviews not just for our clients, but also our participants. Okay. Because we know the clients are going to see our work, but the participants also need to see that other people have participated and they have gotten paid, it has gone well, no solicitation, and everything went smoothly. Okay. So we have reviews on both.
Okay, love that. So let's talk about this. Okay. I'm going to pretend to be a consumer here. Okay. So Maricel, someone will really pay me? A company will really pay me for my opinion. Why?
Yes, your opinion is more valuable than you think. I always like to tell this story from a long time ago. A car company came out with a brand of a car known as Nova, right?
Nova.
Right. It sounds kind of, Nova, like the Nova stars. Sounds kind of cool, right? Well, they failed to test it with the Hispanic market because Nova is, if you kind of break it down as me, doesn't go.
Oh,
Nobody.
And who wants to drive a car that says doesn't go?
Nobody. Nobody. So they had already done their branding, their marketing, advertising. I mean, think about all the manufacturing that had already happened, and they had to scrap all of that. We're talking about millions of dollars here, right? And so if they had conducted the research beforehand, before launching this brand in Latin America with Hispanic consumers, think about all the pain that they could have avoided. So a lot of times the research is really just you need to check yourself pretty much. And companies need to check themselves. And they rather pay you good money for you to commit, for you to show up to the research, and then get valuable opinions so they don't make these huge mistakes that's going to cost them a lot more down the road.
I love that. What kind of questions? Well, you know, before we go to questions, back to this pay. So people really get paid to do this. What's the maximum, if you can share, what's the maximum you've ever seen a participant receive for providing their opinion on something?
You know, the maximum that we've seen is around $500.
Okay.
And
just to give you my opinion, Maricel?
Just to give you opinion, but you know, it also involves some activities, like we'll have you go on a board, send us some images. Sometimes it could be very interactive. So it's not just this, sometimes it's just a conversation, just like you and I are having right now. And sometimes we give them assignments. Hey, we want you to give us a view of the day in your life, send us some pictures. Sometimes it could be a little bit more intricate, but you still get paid much better than, you know.
Absolutely, you're getting paid to talk. You're getting paid to give you, like you said, give your value, your opinion on something, and there you go. So what do the business owners, what do they usually walk away with? Do they ever pivot? Because like, oh, I thought this was gonna work, but now that I've talked to 60, 30, 80 people, and I was like, no. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, that definitely happens. Like I said, even those people that think they're 100% right, sometimes they are surprised that they were not right.
Okay.
And you know, sometimes it's hard for the client to see, hey, you know, this is what people are saying, and they have to pivot. But most of the time, they're going to go ahead and pivot, or they're going to make certain adjustments to make sure that it aligns both with the brand and with the consumers.
Gotcha.
But we have definitely seen that happen.
So tell me, where does this fit? Where does market research fit? I'm going to use an old school term. I'm going to age myself for a second, date myself. But in the old school marketing mix, you remember those words? Long time ago. It's like a little square. But anyway, where does the market research fit? Like, do you create the marketing campaign first? And then you go out and say, okay, let's do some research before we promote this? Or do you say, hey, let's do the research because we have this idea?
So most of the time, the research happens at the beginning.
Okay.
You have an idea. You can maybe design a quick plan for that idea, but then you need to test it.
Okay.
Before you fully develop a marketing, sales, and advertising plan and execution. Now, sometimes it's done towards the end, like we want to test how things are going. So, you know, so you kind of, you might do like a pre and a post, right? You do it before you launch it, and then you do a post after you launch it, just to see if it's going the way we hoped it would go.
Okay, so what do you save? What do you gain from doing this market research? Obviously, from the Nova story, you save money.
Yes.
But what do you really gain? What are your takeaways?
I think your takeaways is that you make smart decisions, or maybe you can even say smarter decisions.
Got it.
Because you may, you know, our business owners, I say we're all smart, but it's about making smarter decisions.
It is.
So that way that you can really have a plan, a strategy, because you did your research, because you made sure that you got other people's opinions and feedback, and you know, you take them all in different ways. You know, you may still want to do something a certain way, but at least you have something to either validate or help you make those smarter decisions.
Yeah, I remember when I first wanted to launch into this food truck world, and I remember working with a food truck owner, and I kept telling him, hey, I want to brand food trucks. I want to do this. And I remember him saying, you need a proof of concept. And in my mind, Maricel, no, I don't. I know this is going to work. But he was absolutely right. He said proof of concept. You call it market research, but it's the same thing. You need to prove that this can work. And I don't think that's something you're not taught, right? You're not taught, hey, I need to make sure that this works. Yes, you have this amazing idea, but it's amazing to you. It may not be amazing to them.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Yeah, and as small business owners, we have that type A personality, and we just want to jump in there, and we'll figure things out as we go.
The heartache.
Exactly. And then we are, you know, hurting because of it. So this is, when it comes to market research, it's kind of, or consumer research, like, take a step back. I know you're eager to get started and take off running with that business idea, but take a step back and just make sure you lay the groundwork. That's pretty much what it is.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, Senora Maricel, for coming into the studio today. I greatly appreciate it. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to be right back right after this break. See you in a second.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford, financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Live Jazz on the Seawall returns Sunday, November 21st. Live Jazz on the Seawall in beautiful Galveston, Texas. Join smooth jazz superstars Paul Taylor and Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st at 3:30 p.m. at the Galveston Island Convention Center at the San Luis Resort. Limited brunch reservations available before the show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Paul Taylor, Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st, San Luis Resort in Galveston. See you there.
Well, welcome back, everyone. All right, so guys, listen, you know, we all have these amazing ideas and we are ready to spend thousands of dollars to go out there and just sell it because we think it's going to work. I am very, very guilty of that. So I had this amazing crowdfunding campaign. I raised over $18,000, had this beautiful business, right? I brand food trucks with this couple's engagement photos on the truck. And then afterwards, I didn't have one client. Why is that? Possibly because I didn't do what Maricel said. I forgot to test the market. So I had to go back and make a lot of changes. I share that story with you today to say, test the market. It's great to have ideas. It's beautiful, actually. But before you spend lots and lots and lots of money, make sure that your customer base wants exactly what you're producing. Now listen, I want to be one of your testers, okay? Especially if it's food. But seriously, if you have something that you want to put on the market, but you're not sure, reach out to us. We'll tell you our truth at Good Morning with Misti B or at American Star TV on Instagram and Facebook. See you next time. Bye-bye.